YouTubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Back at you tonight with another beer review. This time we're taking a look at a new beer from Moosehead. We're going to look at the new Radler for 2018. This is Moosehead's Blueberry Radler. Following off the heels of, I think it was 2014 was when they first introduced their first of the Radler series, the Grapefruit Radler. They followed that up with the Lemonade Radler the year after in 2015. 2016 was the Raspberry Radler. 2017 last year was the Watermelon Radler, which I didn't care for as much as the previous years. And then this one, Moosehead's Blueberry Radler, which is a beer with a twist, which is, of course, the latest in a long line of Radler beers. And this time, they're going with the blueberry route. And I know there's some people out there that may not be a fan of blueberry beers, but generally, you know, I kind of like blueberries. I don't like blueberries in like pie or anything, but I do like blueberry flavored blueberry juice. So, so far, the best blueberry beer I've had is from Hammond River, but I'm willing to give this one a fair shake. So, now, one of the criticisms that I always have with the Moosehead Radlers is that they're often very sweet. They often like fortify them with like grape juice or apple juice, and it ends up being like you still get like the primary flavor is still the primary fruit juice that you wanted to get, but it often comes off as like candy sweet, and I'm not expecting this one to be any different. In fact, this one still comes in at 4% ABV, so I don't really think this is going to come down the road of like a traditional Radler where it's supposed to be 50% juice, 50% beer. Obviously, a 4% beer, they have to be cutting like a 8% beer in the first place, so I think it's just beer with fruit juice added rather than having a specific portions of each one. Anyway, moving right along, let's read the ingredients list. It says ingredients: beer, that's an ingredient. Apple juice concentrate, sugar, straight up sugar this time, natural flavor, and I love the fact that they got apple juice listed first, or like after beer, of course. Blueberry juice concentrate, that's always nice to see. Citric acid, malic acid, potassium sorbate, potassium benzoate, and natural and artificial color. Yeah, so I would say that they've got sugar specifically mentioned in there. They do have blueberry juice from concentrate, which is nice to see. And then, of course, that's apple juice first and then blueberry later. It's all starting to come together in more of a package where they're almost pitching this as a beer cooler, like the Bud Light Lime Raspberritas or something, rather than an actual beer product where it's fruit juice and beer. But I guess it all comes down to the target market they're going after, and generally I've been pretty happy with the quality of the Moosehead Radlers. So let's crack this one open and see how this year's turned out. Oop. Foamy. Put that into my Moosehead Pale Ale glass. And right there, that's one thing I do like to see when it comes to a real blueberry beer, is it's something that looks the part. It's purple. It's got a nice purple blueberry kind of color. It's got this kind of skewing towards bluish pink head. And it really makes me think that on the appearance side of things, it looks like something where they've added blueberry juice to it, a beer, and made a quality product. Or it looks like they've actually added real fruit juice to the beer rather than making something that's blueberry flavored. Appearances wise, it's hazy, and I almost see sediment in there. Maybe that's just carbonation. No, there's sediment in there. That's actually really nice to see considering who makes the product. That's not bad. That's not bad looking at all. I do like the look of that. Let's give it a whiff. See, I give it a smell, and the fact that apple juice is listed first on the ingredients list really shows. Because I'm smelling the apple juice first. It almost smells like Graves apple juice, or like a bottled, like a drink of apple juice, and then it's got blueberry juice added. It's like one of those juice cocktails you buy at Superstore or something, where it's got the fruit juice and then fruit juice added, like a mix of fruit juice, like apple blueberry. It's almost like you could call this apple blueberry radler because you're getting apples off the top of this one. But otherwise, you still get that nice, like, floral, sweet, slightly sour smelling blueberry smell, and that's actually quite nice. Let's put it down the hatch. Cheers. It's light. It's easy to drink. Goes down smooth. A little bit of carbonation. It's sweet at the back, but I almost see why they might have had to add sugar to it, because without it, it wouldn't come off very sweet at all. What I do get out of it is just this lightly sweet fruit juice. I'm getting the apple and the blueberry, and it's like basically apple and blueberry holding hands again. It's like that whole thing where I said it's like some kind of fruit juice combo. But I do get the blueberries, and it's almost coming across as like a sweet candy. It reminds me of like the blue raspberries. It's got the sour blueberry kind of coming out in the back of the throat along with that little sweetness, and it's kind of surrounded around on the outside by the apple juice. It almost tastes like they took like some kind of apple blueberry cranberry combo from Ocean Spray and then carbonated it, like cranberry, of course, because it's not very tart. Like, it doesn't have that cranberry tartness, but at the same time, it is nicely sour. It's not like a lambic sour or a wild ale sour or a Berliner Weiss sour, but it's got this blue sour candy kind of taste to it, and it's an easy drinker. Very satisfying drinker too. Like, when it comes to it, if you want a nice beer cooler at this point, this is actually a solid product. Your typical Radler, I think it's a bit heavy for a typical Radler, but at the same time, all of the Moosehead's Radlers are like that. As far as Moosehead's Radlers go, this thing I think this is right up there with like the lemonade or the raspberry Radler that they released a couple of years ago, and that's actually a solid entry, which I'm sure is going to be a hit. No, I really enjoy that. I think I'd give that a 3.75 out of 5, because for what it is, very solid, very flavorful beer. Gives you the blueberry, bit too much of the apple in my opinion, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying this. I would definitely, if you like the previous entries in the Moosehead Radler series, or if you like Radlers in general, definitely check this out. It's certainly worth a try. And I'm going to enjoy finishing off the rest of the 6-pack. And one thing I forgot to mention, this is actually some of the first beers that I've ever had that have the new Moosehead labeling, whereas it's got the kind of like the line across the middle, and it's got the color representing the beer, plus a white bottom. Oh, excuse me. The review's falling apart here. Whereas it's just the new labeling, the new design they have for the cans, which is actually quite nice. They're starting to roll out these new designs on pretty much their entire lineup of beers, and I've already seen the ones for Moosehead Lager and Moosehead Pale Ale, so it should be exciting to see. But that's the first time I've seen that particular can, and this is the first time I've ever seen the Radlers coming in a 6-pack of cans rather than the bottles. But to be honest, I think the cans would probably be a bit more economically friendly, maybe. They would definitely hold the beer longer anyway, and the whole beer market's going towards cans. Whatever. I'm getting way off topic. I would definitely check this out, and I think you'll enjoy it. So thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. We'll talk to you folks later. Cheers.